try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for.
What up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Finn Posse Podcast. I'm your host, Big C, and this is brought to you by Game Changers Media. How is everybody doing this morning? How is everybody doing this morning? Morning, Michael, Elwood, Timothy, Glenn, Bonnie. How is everybody doing? Janky Jim, good morning. The theory out there now is Miami setting up for a reset next year due to the no free agent signed, having guaranteed money next year. That's what it's looking like, Glenn. That's what it's looking like. Thank you, Timothy, for the list. That's what it's looking like. It's looking like we're trying to figure out a way to do a rebuild, a reset, like Glenn had said. Next year, they're trying to limit how much money is going out next year. That's probably why we haven't seen any of the big free agent signings we were probably hoping for. How many DTs do you think go in the first round? I think 4 or 5 at least. I think we could see 5, maybe more. Who knows? I would say probably 5 is the max, and maybe 3 at the minimum. Thank you, Jose. Thank you. Listen, I got my feelings a little bit yesterday. You know what I mean? Like this YouTube thing can be a little bit frustrating to me. I'm someone that I overthink and overanalyze everything. And just seeing the views and the likes not adding up, and I like I said, I overthink everything, and I'm like, damn, I must not be doing something right. The content must not be good. Is it even worth me doing this show? Is it even worth me putting the time and effort into doing a show when, you know what I mean? It's definitely frustrating. You got the sun on your face. How's the weather today? I haven't stepped outside. I haven't stepped outside. That sun can be deceiving. I appreciate it, Michael. It just, I like I said, I definitely overanalyze everything, and I do worry that I'm doing something wrong. When you have 25 people in the audience at a time, and then you get off and there's 12 likes, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely frustrating, and it definitely makes me, you know what I mean? It's not that I'm not mad, you know what I mean? It's not me being mad. It's me worrying that I'm not doing something right, and is it worth it? You know what I mean? Well, obviously I I'm still fairly new to this, and when I try new things, like even like when I make the pre-recorded videos, like the last 2 videos I've done the night before, breaking down the offensive guards and the defensive tackles, I know that I fumble my words a little bit because it's different. It's different. I'm not a sportscaster. I'm you know what I mean? I've never taken this in college. I mean, it's easy for me to get on and talk passionately about the team, which I'm about to do here in a second. But when I have to regurgitate information that I've processed, I know it comes off and it doesn't sound the greatest. But I definitely worry about the content, and I really do hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, I do get frustrated, and it makes me question whether I should keep pushing along. But not to get to what I'm passionate about. Let me talk passionately for a second. What is wrong with Chris freaking Greer? What is wrong with Chris freaking Greer? Listen, the details of Liam Eichenberg's contract came out. And what the hell is this guy thinking? What are the Miami Dolphins thinking? Listen, I am so absolutely frustrated with, and it's not even like it's a huge amount of money. It's the fact that he gave this guy guaranteed money. We can't even release Liam Eichenberg without giving him $2 million. Why does this guy got a guaranteed anything? Why? Why are we guaranteeing Liam Eichenberg anything? I can understand you got a little hard on for him. I can understand you bringing him back for a camp body as extreme depth, but to give this guy $2 million guaranteed, whether he's on the team or not, is absolutely insane to me. Absolutely insane. It makes me question what we're doing. Isaiah Wynn someone that was on our team that you watched and seen was considerably better than Liam Eichenberg could be had for the same price, and you decide to bring Liam back. And listen, I got to tell you, with the guaranteed money and the fact that he's guaranteed to be on this roster, I believe that Liam Eichenberg is the starter week 1. I think that $2 million guaranteed. I think Liam Eichenberg is going to be starter week 1. That's what it's looking like. And that's not what's good. That's not what's best for this team. It's not what's best for this team. I just don't like explain to me. Can someone tell me how this makes sense? I appreciate that, Elwood. Like I do appreciate every single one of you guys, you know what I mean? Like I said, I do overanalyze everything. Everything. Listen, if the doctor says, when I go to the doctor, if the doctor says, "Oh, let's check this out," I'm sitting here on all the websites looking up, what's this mean? What's this mean? What's this mean? What's this mean? Oh, I got cancer. Oh, I got this. I got that. I got this. You know what I mean? But I do worry that, I haven't been doing this for 6-7 years like Doug, like TD. And I watch guys lie in their thumbnails constantly, and next thing I know, they got 800 to 1,000 subscribers out of nowhere, and it's just wow. We all hate him, but if you compare him to other guards and centers, he falls in the middle. He'll be a backup to guard and center. Yeah, I don't trust Chris Greer. I don't trust him. Would it surprise you if he's not our starter? Would it be surprise you if he was our week 1 starter? Michael, if he doesn't draft a guard with so many guards available late that can come in here and be good players for this football team, that is absolutely disgusting. Eichenberg isn't that bad. I don't care what everyone says. And I like linemen who generally care about their quarterbacks. Liam ain't missing blocks on purpose. It never shows fear. Jose, I feel there is a million better options than Liam Eichenberg. Absolutely, Scotty. 2.5 million for him, 2.25 million for Eichenberg. That's 5 million right there. That's a decent guard. It's a guard that's better than them two. Absolutely. I just don't like it. I don't like it. When Eichenberg was your worst rated, like he is the worst player on this offensive line. Yeah, I understand he doesn't miss a lot of games, Jose. Is 1.3 against the cap, but if we can't cut him without it's 2 million guaranteed. The only way we can get out the contract without owing him that money is by trading him. Jose, so can't Isaiah Wynn, and he is far better than Liam Eichenberg. If you wanted to bring Liam Eichenberg back, cool. You know what I mean? Whatever. But you didn't have to. You didn't have to give him a guaranteed contract. You didn't have to give him guaranteed money. Who else is giving Liam Eichenberg guaranteed money? Again, you don't need Isaiah Wynn to be a starter. He's a backup. We're talking backups, hopefully. I mean, you can't. I listen. I don't care what rankings say what. I mean, 255 out of 260. I I don't care. I watch Miami Dolphins football every play, every game, and Liam Eichenberg is horrible. He's absolutely horrible. I don't care that he's always available. He's horrible. I don't care that he can play every position. He plays every position horribly. And I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to be a dick whatsoever. I just, you know what I mean? I watch every play and I see that we have no running lanes for our running backs. I see that he's always on his ass. You know what I mean? Like I see it. I see he gets bullied. Glenn, we hope he does. We hope he does. But how often has Chris Greer made the right choice? How often has he done what's right? What makes anybody have confidence that Chris Greer is going to do the right thing? I just, you know what I mean? I don't. Where does this confidence in Chris Greer come from? Where does it come from? Because I don't have the confidence in Chris Greer to go out and make the decisions that make this team better. I think this team is trying to do a reset. I think they are trying to limit how much money is coming out next year. I think they are trying to be able to cut ties with as many players as possible next year. What's that going to look like? Who knows? Who knows? What do we do with how much cap space is that going to give us? I haven't really looked into it. How much, with all these contracts coming off the book, able to come off the book next year, what's our cap space going to look like with Tua still under contract? Obviously, there's no way that they pay Tyreek $50 million a year or whatever he's scheduled to make next year. Scotty, how much money? How much money should we be able to expect next year with the way we're setting up everybody's contracts and the quiet rebuild going on? How much money could we expect? Again, Tyreek, there's no way we're paying him 50 million. Either he's getting released, they're redoing a contract. I mean, I guess it depends on how this year plays out. If Tyreek goes out there and has 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, 110 catches, I don't see them just releasing Tyreek, but there's no way that they pay him $50 million a year. Hill and Ramsey alone opens up just under 50 million. A handful of moves will get us to 100 million. Jose, people can watch Liam and see what he does, though. Are you telling me you can watch Liam Eichenberg and you think he's not that bad? I don't need to read anything or be told anything about Liam Eichenberg. See, Hill and Ramsey, that's almost a cancel out though, Glenn. That getting rid of Hill and Ramsey and that opens up under 50 million. I mean, you got to spend 50 million to replace them too. So really all we're talking about is $50 million. I don't see it as much of a difference as where we're at right now. For a top end wide receiver, you're spending $25 to $100 million. And I hope they don't believe that Jalen Waddle is the answer to their number one receiver problems, which they probably do. What up, CB? Good morning to you, brother. So, I mean, we have 100 million. We have to spend 25 on a top end corner. 25. I mean, unless they, again, I don't trust this front office in drafting. If CB83 says Liam Eichenberg is the worst of the worst, I would believe it. Why is that, Jose? Yes, sir. CB83 be trying to find the best in everybody. You know what I mean? He tries to be a positive Patty. Ain't that right, my man? Nah, CB83 is great. Listen, I give what player have I not given a fair shake to? Let's be real. Like Liam Eichenberg is the one player on this team that he does not deserve to be on this team. There are better options. I give Tua a fair shot. I give every player on this team. I call it how I see it. I don't know Liam Eichenberg. I don't have an agenda against Liam Eichenberg. Absolutely, Glenn. 700. Come on, bro. It's not that the discrepancy isn't that much that he's got 100 of 700s. No, he's worse than that, brother. He's worse than that. He is. Who's worse than Liam Eichenberg on this team? Robert Jones was bad, and Robert Jones was better than Liam Eichenberg. I mean, I seriously, I call it how I see it. I have no agenda against the guy. I don't hate the guy. I just don't think he's very good. And listen, I don't even necessarily think it's all Liam Eichenberg's fault. I don't even think it's necessarily all Liam Eichenberg's fault, but if you're going to sit here and say that this guy is acceptable to be and justify giving him $2 million guaranteed money regardless, I can't be on the same page with you with that. I can't do it. Exactly. I don't care if you could play quarterback too, and I don't care. Jose, if I hope he does listen, if he's on this team, I hope he's I listen, I hope he's Tim Ruddy. I hope he is Keith Sims. You know what I mean? Like I cheer for the dude. Like I hope he does good. I don't want him to get knocked over. I don't want him not to open up running lanes for the running backs. I don't want that to happen. You think I'm not one of those people. Like I repeat constantly on the show that lots of fans or lots of content creators are out there and they'd rather be right than to have Tua succeed. I am not one of those people. I am not. I don't know what makes you think what I come off as that gives you that idea that I'm one of those people that has an agenda against anybody. Like I want this team to succeed. That's all I care about. And I don't think Liam Eichenberg helps this team be better. And again, I don't think it's all Liam Eichenberg's fault. I don't think he was overly given a fair shake of things. He was never put in a position to, here, Liam, go play left guard. Here, Liam, go play right guard and really concentrate on right guard. Really concentrate on getting better at this position. No, they would tell him that he's the left guard, and then next thing you know, oh, the center's hurt. You got to jump over the center. Oh, right guard's hurt. You got to go play right guard. Oh, left tackle's hurt. You got to go play left tackle. Listen, 100%. I don't think it's his fault, but he's not good, and there was better options out there. At this moment, he's not good, and there are better options out there. Scotty says, pull up any game. I'll be more than happy to go through an entire game with fans and show them why I believe Ike is just awful. I even let you pick the game because it doesn't matter. Again, I have nothing against Liam Eichenberg. There was better options, and you could have brought him back without giving him guaranteed money. That's my biggest thing. I was a little upset that they brought him back, but okay, fine. But the guaranteed money thing really gets me. I hope he is. Jose, I swear to God, I hope the guy comes in and he's an absolute, he just has a career turnaround because he's going to be on the team. He's going to be on the team. So listen, I hope the guy comes in and he's great. I hope if he ends up being the starter week 1 that he comes out and blows people's backs out. CB, is there better options available than Liam Eichenberg? For the same price, is there better options than Liam Eichenberg? It's all right. Listen, and people can fan any way they want to fan. They can fan any way they want to fan. And I respect you supporting your team. But again, I think this falls under the category that you're supporting your team to a fault. You can't try to support every move they make. It's not real life. That's where the 2 in-ears come in. You know what I mean? Or you don't see the fault in Tua. And then the Tua haters can't see the good in Tua. He's bad at multiple positions, though. CB, he's not good at any of these positions. I don't care if he plays a million positions. He's not good at any of them. The offensive line is our biggest, it's the biggest thing that we're talking about fixing. We're talking about fixing the trenches, and we bring our worst piece back. Make that make sense? Make it make sense. If we're talking about we need to address the trenches, we need to address the trenches, we need to address the trenches, and then we come and we bring our worst piece of the trenches back, and we're justifying it, how's that make sense? How's that make sense? If we're constantly complaining that, oh, we don't have give to a good offensive line. Oh, we don't give to a good offensive line. Oh, we don't give to a good offensive line. Oh, we don't have a good offensive line to run the ball. And then we bring the worst piece back. As a backup, we have no indication that he is not going to start week 1. There is such a thing as supporting team moves to a fault. You can over support it. And listen, he's on this team. He's going to be on this team. So I hope he does great. I hope he does great. I'm not going to hope that he does bad to prove me right. I hope the guy never has a bad play again. I hope he never has a bad play again. I hope he comes out and dominates. No, but he got given guaranteed money. Shoot, the amount of money that we be spending on the offensive line at certain positions, I mean, that is starter money. He was just bottom of the barrel on this offensive line. So why did you have to guarantee him money? You're supposed to be bringing in enough pieces that, hey, they should be better than Liam Eichenberg, and we can cut ties with Liam if these pieces, the pieces that we bring in, are better. Yes, Glenn, he's consistently bad. I'm harping. So where's the move for the starter? CB, where's the move for the starter? Because is it going to happen? Do you trust 100% that we're going to go get a starting guard? Greer gave our guaranteed starting left guard money to Borum and Ike. I would hope so, but you can't say that. You can't say that, CB. You can't guarantee they're going to draft a starter. You can't guarantee that. You want me to click on every comment? I just don't see why that it is necessary to bring this guy back and give. Why did we have to give him guarantee money? Nobody. Why does it gotta be that we're crying if we don't support every move? I don't see it as crying. I'm not crying. It's a bad move. And listen, if we draft a guard in the late rounds, and they're still better than Liam Eichenberg, that supports my theory even more. And you don't give the 9th, 10th offensive lineman on your team guaranteed money. We need our backup O-line to be just as good as our starters. I mean, that's not really a reality. You hope he's a backup, but you're not sure. You don't know for sure that they plan on having him back up. You can't say for sure that he's not their plan to start week 1. I just don't see what the loyalty to Liam Eichenberg is. Like, why people are so upset about the move getting criticized. He was the worst offensive lineman we had. If you're trying to upgrade, you upgrade. Good morning, Irving. But you can't change everybody's mind. Everybody got different opinions. It's cool. It's cool. You know, that's why we're all human beings. That's why we're all different. And I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. Listen, you can feel the way you feel. I feel the way I feel. I want what's best for this team. I hope you want what's best for the team. But I got to question that with you wanting Liam Eichenberg on the team. We all talked about for 3 months. I'll click on some of these. We all talked about 3 months in trenches. All Greer has done was sign Daniels. Can't define Ike, Marm, or Carmen. Those 3 are literally 2 of the worst old linemen in the NFL. Simple to me. I'm not saying the same level, but it shouldn't be a huge drop off when someone goes down. I mean, Timothy, that is unrealistic, especially if you want some of the best players in the league. Eichenberg is falling and tripping on himself, or someone always ends up falling to the ground. When I watch him on film. Again, I mean, you can't everybody's got their own opinions, you know what I mean? Make sure you hit that like button for me, please, so I don't go into depression later, seeing my low like numbers and get frustrated and sad and question what I'm doing. Because I do. Sorry, just 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, again, I be who you gonna start looking at? CB. I broke down guards yesterday in my video. There's a lot of good guards. There's a lot of good guards out there that we can bring in and that I think can help the team. But if we're not going to address the guard position till the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, I got to believe that Chris Greer in his mind has Liam Eichenberg as the week 1 starter. You can't excuse that signing if you're a big Chris Greer fan. You sign a guy that is a tad better than Skylar Thompson as your backup, but somehow worse than Mike White as your quarterback too. Just inexcusable. Mike White was pretty bad too. I was never a fan of that signing neither. I mean, if we sit here and discuss bad signing after bad signing, we'll be here forever. Well, CB, there's not a lot of real guards going early. The top overall guard who had a terrible combine is Tyler Booker. He's the top natural guard in this draft. And he had a terrible combine. So they got him going at the end of the first, early second. But he's not a scheme fit for us. So you got to go even farther. In the Miami Dolphins, we don't typically draft guards. Who's the last guard that, I mean, we drafted Liam Eichenberg. He was a guard, right? We draft tackles. And convert them to guard. Glenn says, why do you say Wilson was a bad pickup as a backup? Yeah, well, we got to get on this D tackle. So I fire him after the game. Craig says if I was the owner, GM started Eichenberg week 1, I'd fire him after the game. We draft offensive tackles to play guard. Absolutely, Scotty. That's just what I was saying. Maybe this year the bad signings helped Miami win. Last year we thought they were great signings and we lost games. Maybe it's different this year. I mean, I don't see last year any better than Robert Hunt was a tackle in college. Robert Hunt was a tackle. Scotty beat me to it. Bring back Eichenberg, who has been historically bad as a starter, is going to be given a chance to compete for starting left guard spot, even when he was rated 75 out of 77 left guard in 2012 by PFF. Just terrible. I agree. Thanks, Scotty. Timothy, you think me too? I didn't see his comment. I said that. Who was the last one? I knew Robert Hunt was a tackle. I think depth at O-line is more important than having salary cap, draining talent, and risk injuring, ruining everything. Liam Eichenberg's not depth of talent. He's going to come in and, yeah, he's a body, but when he comes in, he's bad. He's not coming in and doing a good job. Irving says, Glenn, Zach Wilson is terrible, even at quarterback 2. What do you mean? I was just messing with you, Timothy. I would draft Membu offensive tackle to play guard. Same with Donovan Jackson. I don't think Membu is going to be there, Scotty. I like Zabel too, but a little bit farther. We got to trade down to get Zabel. Shake Money, what up? What up? What up? Bonnie says, don't forget, you're more worried about the offensive line than we are. Most offensive tackles in college move inside. Yeah, because, I mean, you can get away with playing offensive tackle without the right measurements in college. You know what I mean? Glenn says, I was wondering why people saying Wilson bad, but not Jets year because Jets are quarterback killer. I mean, I think it's some that the Jets don't do good with their quarterbacks. But at the same time, anyone who says Zach Wilson doesn't have it in him forgot where the goalpost is. Zach Wilson beat the Chiefs. That's the ceiling. I mean, I don't know if one game gives someone. Miami has never selected a guard in the first round. CB83 says, I honestly think we need to get the best safety on the field. If that means Paul to guard or kicking Austin Jackson inside, do it. The best 5 on the field. My fault. I thought it was a S. I'm wishy-washy right now on Banks at 13. I'd go back and watch him again, but right now I go D-tackle over him. Wilson will be a good backup. Watch. Zach Wilson had more success in the Jets than Aaron Rodgers. I don't know about that, brother. Wilson's problem is, like you, Big C, he overthinks things. That may be true, Glenn. That may be true. Moving Paul inside to me is just another square peg, round hole. The argument that Tua is he can't beat top teams, but Zach did it. Jose, stop it. Will Johnson's a great corner. He may be in play at 13. CB83, that would be great. Who did Zach beat? Listen, again, I'm not going corner at 13. That's just me. Membu would make a lot of sense at 13. Would be a starter at left guard. I don't know. Think he ever played left guard. Listen, Membu can play guard. Malachi has more versatility than Emawari too. Malachi can be a slot corner where Emawari is more of a straight safety. Think Greer though, cornerback is definitely a position you would take at 13. Yeah, Scotty, I mean, I'm saying me personally, I wouldn't, but I definitely see Chris Greer taking a corner at 13. Absolutely. Big C, are you going live on draft night? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Membu was the absolute most perfect scheme fit for us at offensive tackle and guard. It's insane. Yeah, he's the pick if he's available. He's the pick. There's only 2 spots. Miami goes at 13, offensive line or defensive line, nothing else. Glenn, that's what I would prefer, but I think it's probably defensive tackle or secondary. I think the signing of Daniels, them bringing Eichenberg back, I think they're not taking a offensive lineman until at least the 3rd. I would still like them to take an offensive guard before that, but I don't think they're gonna touch it till at least the 3rd. At least. If Johnson's there at 13, I'm running to the podium. Membu is gone. That's a pipe dream. I agree. Think premium positions. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about how we've neglected our trenches for far too long, and I'm not letting a corner, I'm not letting a safety, I'm not letting anything come between me and getting better along the offense and defensive lines. The offense and the defensive lines affect so much more than a singular corner does. They just affect the game so much more. A great corner can be great, but a great corner is only eliminating one player. They can only eliminate one player. A great corner can only eliminate the one receiver that they're covering. A great defensive tackle can affect multiple positions. It can affect the linebackers. It can affect the offense's passing game. It can affect the offense's running game. A defensive tackle can affect the game so much more than a corner can. And the same with a offensive lineman. So I just, you know what I mean? I think the pick is the trenches. Again, the Philadelphia Eagles gave us the blueprint. They gave us the blueprint. They showed us what you can do. A good defensive line. You know, we get a stud defensive tackle that has to be blocked by two guys. That opens up our pass rush. And if we get in pressure on the quarterback, that helps our corners right there. That turns an average corner into a good corner because the quarterback's rushing throws. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, I would stay away from drafting anything outside the trenches at first. I really would. I'm not saying that he's not worth the number 13th pick. He's just not worth it to the Miami Dolphins at this point. I just don't see it. I agree, Big C. It's about Greer and his team building. DT is so deep in this draft. We can wait till the second round. If Calais Campbell comes back, do you think he signs before or after the draft? Oh, man. I would hope that he lets us know before the draft. I would hope he lets us know. Think about our draft history. How many defensive tackles is Miami drafted in round one? Wilkins, Orderick. I don't know if you can go by how many defensive tackles we've ever drafted in the first round. At 13, what defensive tackle would you pick up? Listen, at 13, I'm honestly trading back if I'm taking defensive tackle, Glenn. I'm trading back. I'm trying to trade to 20, 21, 22, and I'm trying to pick up an extra second round pick. I'm trying to pick up an extra third round pick. One of the two. Anything less than it's not really worth it to me. But I went over in my video last night that I did going over the top defensive tackles in this draft. You got Walter Nolan. He's going to be there at 13. He could possibly be there until pick 20. You got Kenneth Grant. He can possibly be there at 20, probably in the 20s. Derek Harmon from Oregon. Tyleik Williams, he's probably going to be there at the very beginning of the second round. If I had my pick of the guys, I'm probably going Kenneth Grant. And I think you can get him at probably 20, 21, 22. If you're trading back, just draft Will Johnson. Well, I think someone's going to come up and get Will Johnson. He's the second best corner in this draft, arguably the first. Trade back would be nice if he's there. I think Kenneth Grant, what he can do, listen, he's that big boy. Like his weight range is, I read it last night when I was going over things. His weight range has been between 330 and 360. At 360 pounds, he ran the 40 in sub 5. 40 sub 5 at 360 pounds. The guy is absolutely a monster. A monster, bro. The guy is a monster. Take a look at him. Boom. The dude is a beast. Kenneth Grant is a beast. He's a man's man. He demands you to. He demands multiple blockers. Go ahead and try to stop him with one guy. Go ahead, try. He's got an impressive first step. He's an athletic freak. He has a whole bag of tricks and pass rushing moves. He's got a great swim move, a great rip move, a great club, a great spin. He's a quick processor. He can pick up what the offense is laying down. He knows what to do. He lets the rest of the offensive line know. He's got 3 years of high production against the top competition in all college football. He's got 3 years production against the creme de la creme of college football. It's not like he's playing these little schools that nobody's heard of and dominating them. Also special teams. He's known for blocking field goals. He's known for blocking field goals. Daniel says, good morning, Daniel. First time seeing you. The longer you've had the quarterback hold on the ball, the better chance you give the D-line to hit home. I personally think the D-line and D-backs go hand in hand. The best available at 13 is either a D-back or defensive line. Listen, I've watched with Jalen Ramsey, and even with Fuller. Are they a top 10 corner? Is Ramsey still a top 10 corner? I mean, I guess you can debate it, but so many times because we could get no pressure on the quarterback. I watch teams just pick us apart. I watch teams just pick us apart and move the ball downfield, completing pass after pass after pass after pass. It's really hard if you have no pressure. I don't care if you're the top corner in all of football. It's hard to stay step for step with anyone. And I really, like I said, that one corner can only take out one receiver. He can only eliminate one receiver. And a defensive tackle can affect a multitude of positions and a multitude of things on the field. So yeah, we can take Will Johnson and we can put him up against CeeDee Lamb. And hopefully he shuts CeeDee Lamb out, and CeeDee Lamb has no catches. But that's the only one on the field that he's stopping is CeeDee Lamb. You know what I mean? Defensive tackle he's opening up the lanes for the linebackers to get through to make tackles. He's putting pressure on the quarterback. He's breaking down the pocket. He's taking up 2 blockers so the pass rusher can get around the edge. He's taking up 2 blockers so the safety can scoot through and sack the quarterback. I just think safety affects the game more so than a corner does. Scotty says Zealer and Grant would be pretty sweet. I think we do defense with our first 2 picks. I agree. Is he another Jalen Carter? If he isn't on that level, can we justify round 1? Listen, I think that Kenneth Grant can be. There's a lot of varying opinions on Walter Nolan, but a lot of things that I read and a lot of things that I watched, they said, don't be surprised if Walter Nolan, by the time his second contract comes around, if he's not the highest paid defensive tackle in all of football. He has the absolute potential to be the best in all of football. a great corner can cut off an entire half of the field. That's not true. That's a misconception, CB, because a great corner can cut off the whole side of the field. That's not true, because you can line up two receivers over there. He can't cover both of them. He can only eliminate the one receiver he's covering. Now they say, oh, a great corner can cut off half the field. They only say that because typically in a base formation, you got a receiver on each side. So yeah, you're cutting off half the field. But you get sets where there's three receivers on one side of the field. So he's cutting off that whole half of the field. That don't make no sense. Good morning, Chef. Problem is you trade back the biggest need for Cards and Bengals is defensive line. That's true, but is it pass rusher? Is it defensive tackle? Is it, you know what I mean? I have him climbing in the second, maybe late second. He's such a monster. Who's that? Who is that, Scotty? Good morning, Lady Dolphin, Bonnie S, Jose M. He makes it difficult, and you can play zone. Listen, CB. Listen, we need a great corner. We do. I just don't think it's as big a. Yeah, Deion Walker. I'm gonna break down some more today. You guys, please make sure you guys are checking out the videos that I lay down the night before. I don't mind making them, but they are a ton of work because I do watch a ton of tape. I do take a bunch of notes. It is very time consuming, and if you guys ain't gonna watch it, I don't want to do it for no reason. You know what I mean? But the last 2 days, I have broken down offensive linemen, defensive tackles. There was so many defensive tackles that I wanted to. I'm going to do tonight probably, and one more night of straight defensive tackles. That's how many there was. There was multiple first round defensive tackles. There's multiple middle rounds, and then there's a multiple at the end of the round. So please make sure you guys check them out. A great corner can deter a quarterback from looking in that direction and allows defensive coordinators to allow other positions to the other side. Or Daniel, you can look what the Philadelphia Eagles did, where they only had to rush 4 and they were able to drop 7 in coverage. I don't know if a corner is doing that. Not to say we don't need a corner. We absolutely do. But I don't feel it's not as important as the trenches. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate it. Yeah, listen, I don't care when you watch it. I just hope that you do watch it. You know what I mean? I just don't want to 10 likes, 17 people in the room. See, that's the stuff I'm talking about, man. That's what frustrates me and makes me question even doing this. Like, because am I not doing a good job that, you know what I mean? 10 likes and there's 20 people here. I'm going to have to check them out, Timothy. Norman Lott. Gotcha. Happy B-Day, Shake. Happy birthday, Shake. It's your birthday. From Tennessee. Okay, I got you. Norman Lott. Like I said, I'm gonna break down some more tonight. Oh, sorry about that, Shake. Happy belated, brother. Please hit that like button. Can we get me the? We got 20 people in the building. Can we get the 20 likes? Can y'all hit that like button for me, please? get me out this despair, give me hope, that give me reason for doing all this. Because it does get frustrating to me, like I explained before. Know a great quarterback will go after that single covered receiver and believes he will beat the best corner. I've seen Marino go after Sanders in single covered receiver. Yeah, I mean, regardless of how good a corner you are, I like the if you're a top corner and you're going up against a top receiver and a top quarterback, I don't like your chances. I agree with you, but this is a deep defensive tackle draft, and you can get two to add into the rotation in the second, third, and fourth. Although I won't be mad at Grant or Harmon. Yeah, yeah, I know, Shay. I know. I mean, we do need a corner. We do, and I think a corner is more likely to be a boss too. What do you guys think? Do you think cornerback is more of a bust position than a defensive tackle? Anybody that doesn't hit that like button is a jerk. I don't want to go that far, but please hit the like button. That's the way that we hit the algorithm. You know what I mean? It gives me, listen, it does wonders for it does wonders for me. It really makes me feel like this is all worth it. So please help my emotions, my ego, you know what I mean? Make a guy feel good. I definitely think a cornerback is more of a bust position in my opinion. I really do. I think defensive tackle is more of a sure thing. If you're big, physically strong, and you got good technique, I think you're going to be successful. A good defensive tackle makes a corner better. I agree. Yeah, corner are bigger bust than defensive tackles. I think corner is harder to master in the NFL. Absolutely. Subscribe, like, share, and donate. Help the channel grow. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Quarterback, cornerback, and tight end are very difficult transitions. Yeah, I just want to get guys that are going to be here and that we can plug and play immediately. I think we need a corner. I would probably draft at least two corners in this draft. But we've seen us take high corners. I mean, Cam Smith was high, Noah Igmandogany was high, and obviously both of those are busts. We can't afford any busts right now. If you consistently put pressure on the quarterback, he will throw prematurely. Absolutely. If you put a lot of pressure on it prematurely. I think we get Fuller back cheaper. I wouldn't be mad at Fuller. I hope we could. Fuller wasn't bad for us. I mean, he dealt with the injury concerns last year. You think of it this way, Ramsey is still rated in top 5, and there is many corners drafted since then. Yeah, Ramsey lets me down a lot though, man. Don, that's what teams do to us, unfortunately. Go get Gilmore. I would like us to pick up Gilmore, 1-year rental. I mean, if we're trying to win games this year, I don't know what we're trying to do, though. I don't know what direction this team's really going in. Are we really trying to make a run this year? Or are we just trying to get till next year? And everybody looks at, $100 million next year, $100 million next year. You got to spend 50 of that to replace Ramsey and Tyreek. So what's that really leave you? 50 still? You know what I mean? Do fans really want X back? Listen, if he can come in, and he didn't play bad at the end of his final year. He wasn't playing bad. He had the year before that, he was pretty bad. And then he came back and he played the 1 year with Jalen Ramsey after Jalen Ramsey got back from injury. And then he got hurt. And then he missed the rest of the season. But he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. So I would take a look at X. I would take a look at X. But only if we're trying to win games this year. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? Yeah, I think Ramsey would be a better safety at this point in his career than a corner. I really do. I think Ramsey could have a Hall of Fame safety career. I can see Ramsey playing safety for the next 7-8 years and having a Hall of Fame career at safety, more so than corner. Tanking? You think we're tanking this year? I don't know if we're tanking this year. If we were tanking, we would have to drop a lot more players. We got too much talent on this team to tank. We can't tank and make it be believable. With the amount of guys we got on this team, there's no way that you could tank and make it believable. How many likes we got? We got 18 people in the building. How many likes we got? Do we still only got 13 likes? Oh, man. I can see playing Metafu at cornerback. I seen the corner out of Ohio State, and I got to watch some more film on him. But what I read on him, he was really good. Amos, I think his name is. That's another position I'm going to do after I get done with the defensive tackles. But I went through and I did Walter Nolan. Make sure you check out the video. The video I did last night, check it out. I went through and I did a description of Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, and Tyleek Williams from Ohio State. I went through, I gave a list of all the positives, and I named what their negatives were too. I gave you their tackling grades, their pass rush grades, and their run defense grades. I gave you their 40 times. I gave you their size, where they're projected to be drafted. So make sure you check out the video. Bonnie, you liked it? It was a good video. I have you sold on Grant now. Yeah, I think Grant would be a nice pickup for us. He's like that Vince Wilfork type guy. You know what I mean? Like that Ted. Do you remember Ted Washington back from the Buffalo Bills? I think he can eventually turn into one of those guys. If the weight stays at like 340, 350, and the fact that he run a sub 540 at 360 pounds, that's amazing. That's amazing. We went 8-9 last year. Tua stays upright. We will better than that for sure. Yeah, I agree. We'll definitely be better than that. We just got to fill our holes. Pause. Michael, you liked the video? I appreciate that. That gives me some hope. Come on, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. I think I only got 13 likes right now. Is that right? It won't let me click on it. Actually, I only got 13 likes right now. I really hope we can get back to 20 likes. Any of those second round safeties are interesting. Watts, Morrison, Amos. Well, Amos is a corner, right? Watts and Morrison are safeties. TJ Sanders, Darius Alexander, among others. Great options at defensive tackle. Yeah, Daniel, I'm doing that second wave of defensive tackles tonight. So make sure you go back. Check out the video from last night. I'll be doing the second wave of defensive tackles today. And then depending on how many I go through, I might have to do a third day of defensive tackles. And then I'll move on to the cornerback position and then to the safety position. And then whatever other positions you guys want broken down before the draft. I got 14 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. Now there's only 15 people in here, but that's still one more we could get. Come on. Help a brother out. Yeah, sorry. I just had overall defensive back in mind. Nah, it's cool, Scotty. You good, my brother? All right, guys. I'm going to cut out. Yeah, make sure you check out the video from last night. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you think I should keep doing them. I'm going to do them. I'm going to do the one tonight on the defensive tackles that we can get second, third, maybe fourth round. And then the next day, maybe the sixth or seventh round. You know what I mean? We got 16 people in the building. Can we get 16 likes before I log off, please? Pretty please with a sugar on top. I wish I could hit the like button 2 times for you. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. All right, folks. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. You know what it is. Keep an eye out for the video. I'll try to get out as early as possible. But, you know, families and stuff, it'd be rough. I appreciate that, Daniel. Thank you, Dan, Dolphin Dan. All right, Timothy, Bonnie, everybody, you know what it is. Fins up till we die. Peace. Oh, I'm going to stop by and I'm going to break down the video tomorrow morning. I know it's Monday through Friday, so keep an eye out for a video tomorrow so we can break down. We're going to break down this game tomorrow. We're going to break down the middle round defensive tackles tomorrow. So you guys are getting an extra video from me because I love y'all and I miss y'all when I don't talk to you. So keep an eye out. Fins up. Peace.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just hold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing